Cruising down the back roads, windows roll low, with the music blasting, bass in that flow. Remembering the bonfire, laughing with my crew, jamming on the corner, soaking up the view. Every beat's a memory, every song's a spark, feeling so alive, yeah, out here in the dark. Cranking up the radio, rolling through life, loving making memories, music cranes high. Do you feel that freedom? Can you hear the call? Those back road memories calling to us all. The dreams are still burning, laughter is the same, sound still echo loud, can you hear that name? Life was so electric, every day the song, hearts on the highway, we could do no wrong. Chasing every sunset, world spin around, living for the moment, man, we're going down. I can feel that fire still burning in my soul, when nobody's watching, I bring my rock and roll. Those back road memories calling to us all. Calling to us all. Down the back road.
What's up, guys? Master of Puppets. We're getting it done, man. Oh. Y'all bear with me here. Oh. While I get my brain online. I've been sleeping a lot more than I normally do, just kind of randomly sleeping during the daytime. Can't stop it. Let's see here. I got a video coming out here shortly that I worked on today in the rain. I got a couple of things I want to talk about tonight. This is basically a filler show for Andy and not the normal routine. Kicker and Andy both took the night off tonight, and I'm filling in for them. Give you guys somewhere to go and hang out on a Tuesday. I saw the post from Andy earlier, and then Bobby messaged me because Bobby always messages me. He's always the one to come stir me up with the stick. I didn't know Kicker was also going to be off. I was actually planning on watching their show, and then I dozed off before it was actually scheduled to air. So I'm over here in my chair. It's a sad state of affairs. Oh, Franco Quaid. Let's see here. Let me get this pulled up here. Goodness gracious. Franco Quaid said, "What's up?" J-Dog said, "First, Kenneth Wayne Waldemar. What's up, Kenneth? Let's see here. Kenneth said, "Take your time, big dog." Joe, howdy. What's up, Joseph? Franco said, "Is your other channel monetized yet?" No, it needs more watch hours. It's got like 15 or 1,600 subscribers, but it has to have like 1,000 or 2,000 watch hours, I think, and it's in the hundreds at the moment. Not pushing hard on it, but I've got some content that's coming up that's going to. I see that how I'm doing this uh, is it's not a division. This channel is going to catch pretty much everything, but I've got a couple of other channels that are going to catch pieces of this channel that are more device. So the stuff that I put on this channel that are also considered, I would consider budget car audio, I'm going to put those on the other channel. And then the pieces of stuff that goes on this channel that's more intellectual, about discussions and things like that, will go on yet a different channel. So it's going to be a spider web. This is the center of that spider web. And then all those channels will point to this channel as well. So it's kind of complicated, but I want to have a diverse platform. That's what I'm trying to do. I see. Michael Zendel said, "What a sexy bitch." Yeah. I know. I got a great ass, man. Actually, I have zero ass. I have such a negative ass that my pants won't stay up, guys. I struggle with that. I have my whole life, but especially after gaining a few pounds, I can't keep pants up for shit. So we just ain't gonna stress about it. Y'all wouldn't even believe how my life works. It's so messed up. Of course, you could probably figure that about anybody out there. You see the outside, the shell, the part that they kind of cultivate and prepare and present to the world. Even if they're like myself, I'm a very honest person, and you see what you get, right? But that's not entirely true, and it never is. There's always certain aspects that you cultivate and push to the back and put your better stuff toward the front just by nature of you being a human being. And I think everyone probably does something like that. And then couples do it as a couple thing, and families do it as a family thing, to some degree, whether you intend to or not. But I talk about all manner of crap on this channel, and you guys know that. Yeah. Just enough to get the job done. That's it. That's my buddy right there, guys. Me and this job turkey right here, we've known each other for, I've forgotten how many years now. I guess going on 30 years now. That sounds about right. A long time. Long time. I've basically seen every member of his family born, or pretty close to it. They were all little bitty. I can't even remember. I think that it's been a long damn time. They were all little bitty kids. If I can, as far back as my brain will actually allow me to retrieve information. Franco Quaid said, I don't know that I thought you had just over 1,000. Yeah, it's come up some. It's come up a little bit. Joseph said, I use suspenders. I've got to whenever I'm working. Yeah. Oh man, I just expose everybody to the crack, man. I give them the crack. You'll have a hard time. If you go back and watch any of my videos, I got a bunch of videos where I'm working on stuff. I spend a lot of time editing out my crack when I'm working on stuff. I have to get angles where my butt's not hanging out in the air, It's difficult because I had the tripod set up behind me and I have to get in front of it, and then figure out a way to position myself where I can see what I'm doing, get to what I'm working on, and get a good video for you guys at the same time. It makes every job take so much longer because of having to work as your own camera person and all that stuff. It's a whole different game. A 10-minute job takes several hours because you're constantly having to do more than just the job itself. What's up, Zaz? Zaz. I like that name. That name is Cool. Yeah. Says to say, I just saw you live. So we ain't young anymore. Crack happens. It is what it is, man. I ain't gonna try to bullshit nobody. I just keep it real. I don't expose you to it just out of common courtesy. You know, it's there, but out of common courtesy, I'm gonna try to keep it off camera. You know. Oh, so for you guys who aren't in the know, I'm gonna show you something real quick. I'm gonna break something out for you. Let me minimize this conversation over here. Bobby B. Bobby ain't even in the room. Ain't even spoke up. But I get he's in the wings. He's watching. What's up, Jason? What's up? What's up? Jason WW2000. I get into installing and have to help. Yeah. Oh shit. I have to have a help up. Yeah. I've had to call my wife on my phone to come out and help me up off the ground. It's a sad state of freaking affairs, man. Let me tell you. Let's see here. Let me see. Replace with screen share. Make sure I get the correct one. There.
Power flowing, windows jumping, subs pumping hard. Amplifiers amplifying, tear this thing apart. Remixing, bass enhancing, drop it to the ground. Hit the key and twist the knob, drop a wall of sound. Hair flying, towels floating, feel it in your bones. Pressure building, wires jumping, screaming on the phone. Heart pumping, eyes blurring, windows coming down.
Okay. That should have fixed that. You guys hear me now? Holy crap. Um, yeah. Yeah, yeah. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, can y'all hear me? Let me see. I've been struggling. Oh my God. Michaemus dropped a hammer on the green team. Everybody's in the green team tonight. Holy cow. I figured out what it was. So there's this stupid button over here on the top right. Apparently I had pushed something. And yeah. I'm just, yeah. Okay. All right. So now let's try to go back over here. I can see what's going on. I'm learning shit. All right, you guys, you can still hear me. Okay, good. Things are good. So, oh man, you know what? If you give a man too many tools, sometimes he'll build himself into a corner. That's what happens. Jesus, smashing things. Got my concrete block, and Mike donated 50. He gifted 50 memberships tonight. Damn. You know what? I'm not done. I'm not done. Mike, you get the tacos also.
Crushing on these tacos, we by the fiesta. Guac on the side, man, you know it's the best. Lettuce and salsa, stack it high, make it pop. Crunch in my mouth, can't stop, won't drop. Sliver scissor in, flavor's cold is so sweet. After one taco, I'm in for a repeat. Bite after bite, got me dancing in my seat. Hitting up the taqueria, can't face defeat. Taco love in every single bite. Feeling good, yeah, we feast all night.
Love those tacos. All right, so now we should have my audio. Everything should be honky freaking dory. Let's see if this still works. All right, you guys still should be getting my audio. Good. I think things are okay. So, holy Jesus, that was a pain in the butt. Now we got Bay Harbor Butcher audio. Guys, this is what I want to talk to you about. So, if you've been looking for someone to do box designs for you, and I know a lot of people have asked about, do I know someone or can I help them with a box? Do I know someone who can do boxes and designs and help with box designs? This guy is the guy you want to talk to. You've heard me refer to the mad scientist. Well, this is the mad scientist. And we're going to look at some of the stuff he's got on his page because I want you guys to see what kind of work he does on his own vehicle. This isn't even close to the skill set that he has in the design department. You know the person who is a rocket scientist? When you make that reference, a rocket scientist, this cat here could be classified as a rocket scientist in the car audio world. He is a straight up actual engineer. He engineers giant machinery for multiple factories and companies all over the United States and builds stuff for them. Engineers new designs of all kinds of heavy duty industrial machinery and builds it. He does this shit on the side. So you kind of have an idea where his brain is and how he makes his money, that. This is what he does on the side. So looking at some of his doors, he just got done with these doors. And these are good looking doors. I don't think he's got a lot of experience doing doors yet, but he has, everything he takes on is, he kind of takes it to the next level. So you can kind of get we'll flip through some of these images here on his doors. He just got done with these. And let's see here. I'm going to go down through here, show you some of the stuff he's been posting over here. This is the truck. This is where he's at on the truck right now. Now, this is a little S10, but he's got a camper shell on it. And then he's removed the back of the cab and opened it up to the camper shell and turned it into a bit of an SUV a 2-door, 2-window SUV, if you will. It's what it's set up like now. And you notice there's a cord right there plugged into the back, and that is where his charging port is mounted on the external side. So we can plug it in and charge it. The charger's always in place right here to charge up his battery bank back there. Let me see what else we got in here. This guy does amazing work on his own stuff, and he's my design guy. There's another shot here. We're going to go back and look at some images. You can see the backside down here. The thing is clean. It's all bagged, so it's sitting down on the ground doing cool stuff. There's some shots in the shop. This says he was different. This is going back in time here, so we're going from that. You can see where the original had this camper and this cab, and then he ends up cutting all this out and joining them together, and then fiberglasses this all in and creates this nice seamless look right here. So, I mean, this is the stuff he does, but he's also, like I said, he does design work on my box. He's got a design set up for me now. We've been talking our way through it for a 6th order. So there's a link. There'll be a link in my newer videos as they come out, and I'll have a link in this video as well for you guys to be able to get to go over here and message him right here on this page. Just hit message, and then you can talk to him, and he's right here. So all you have to do is message him and talk to him and say, hey, I have a box. Talk about what vehicle you have and all the information, and he'll give you a number. You know, he may not charge you much at all, depending on what you're wanting him to do. But he can do it all. So go over here and drop him a line, and he'll help you with that box design that you're wanting to do, or build a bridge in your backyard, or whatever other kind of crazy engineering product you might have for the mad scientist. And be sure you tell him CAE sent you. That's going to earn you a discount, and it'll earn you brownie points in my department. So hopefully that went well, man. I tell you what. See, when I start out without a plan, a lot of times things get chaotic. There you go. Zaz Creamer posted it in the chat thing there. Let me pull this up so I can see what's going on better. Oh, goodness gracious. Bobby said audio and video good. Well, Bobby's here. A little buzz, I think, to your mic, maybe your phone. I don't know. Loose ground or something going on. I don't know, man. Let me see. I don't know. I don't hear it in my audio feedback, so audio feedback sounds normal. We got the SQ mic out. Yeah, I have my SQ mic. This mic here is like 30-something years old. It's this guy. It's an old Yeti, man. The only thing I don't like about the Yeti is whenever I'm turning away from the mic, it goes like this, and also it picks up on noise on the table. I could have a boom on it, but yeah, I need to work on all that shit. Farm trucks, Asians, farm trucks and Asians are all mad scientists for real. It's like a blazer with a window delete. It's more than that, actually. Zach said I may have to hit him up on a new frame for a 67 International pickup. All right. Checking out this shop called something Agura and Sounds. Don't know that one. Auto Sounds. I like it is on the old school circular bars. Okay. They have a fantastic stealth box, especially with all fiberglass. Interesting. So something I've been looking at, thinking about quite a bit. So you guys are familiar with what you can do. You watch my channel, you're very familiar with what you can do with AI as far as music creation. As an example, this is AI. Original, another one bites the dust song into AI and had it remix it, and then I changed the lyrics to it, and it created. This is one of the creations. I had to go back and work on it a little bit in Audacity.
Out here banging up and down the street, slamming it to the ground.
All right.
Big subwoofers are getting loud.
Creation.
You can feel the booming sound. Getting ready to go. Got it shined up for the show.
All right. This right here is also AI music.
Power flow with windows jumping.
I wrote
subs
this.
pumping hard.
I wrote the lyrics for it.
Amplifiers amplifying, tear this thing apart.
But this is
Remixing,
completely
bass and
music and
drop it
vocals
to
and
the
all that
ground.
AI.
Hit the key and twist the knob, drop a wall of sound. Hair flying, towels floating,
All right.
feel it in your bones. Pressure building wide.
So the question comes down. Make sure I still have audio. Yeah, it should still be good. The question comes down to whether AI is truly original music or not. And I've been getting, like I said, I've been listening to a lot of people whose opinions I value on this, and most of them feel the same way, more or less. They feel like that AI is stealing from all the people that have created the music in the past, and like taking all of that and using that information to make new music. Well, here's the thing, though. So I agree with that because that is what's literally happening. The thing is, if you look at rap artists since really actually about the Beastie Boys kind of started it, or they were pulling and sampling music from throughout history in every genre there is, and using those little samples to create a song. I think that's kind of the same thing. Taking a little bit, it's even more so because they're using a direct chunk of music or melody and to create a new thing. And that's already doing the same thing. And then one no one talks about, but let's talk about synthesizers. A synthesizer can create an instrument based on what another instrument already sounded like. So if you're using a clip of drums to create a new drum kit, someone had to take a stick and hit that drum and get that ring, and then you recorded that hit and that ring, and then you built a drum kit, an electronic drum kit out of it. Then you're sampled all that drums that person played. That person will never have to hit that drum again because now you can just push a button and it happens. Same thing. And even if you want to go back before all of that, if anybody who's ever learned to sing or play or do anything, create any sort of music, they've had years of listening to other people create music and play music, and records of people that were playing music, and that stuff, all that information that they've taken in gets in there and mixes around and creates the thing that comes out. We're influenced by all the music we've ever heard. And the only example I have in my brain of what is a good song is based off of all the good songs, or all the songs that I thought were good in my life, which means all that information that someone else has done, I'm just regurgitating it in my own style, which is exactly what an AI is doing. It's taken a sample of the entire music collection available to it online, and then using all that information to come up with what we're asking for. It's more like to me, it's the same thing. Who are we to say that this new process is any different than me going to the store and buying a whole bunch of albums and then listening to them and then using all that information I learned from that to create something that was genuinely new, but it was based off of all that. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of messed up. Now, here's the kicker. So right now, if you go over to Spotify and you start pulling up song list, you set up any kind of playlist, like y'all want an easy listening playlist or a hip hop playlist, right? A significant portion of the new music that's out there that you're going to get in that playlist is AI created. Not only does Spotify almost surely have an AI system going creating music for that playlist theirself, but some of the artists on there are not really artists. They're actually AI generated music. So this has become a really serious thing, and it's not going to change. It's only going to get more intense. Movies are going to get more and more AI generated as well. There's probably 20% of the reasonably good videos on the internet right now on YouTube are completely AI generated. YouTube just released a policy change that dictates that you cannot have any 100% AI created content cannot be monetized. But that doesn't mean that 90% AI generated content cannot be monetized. So if the AI generating the content uses just a couple pieces of footage from an actual thing, right? Like a video about the Titanic, for example. If the AI uses in a 10-minute video uses 1 minute or 30 seconds of actual pictures of the Titanic, then that's not 100% AI generated. It's a thing, and right now you can kind of tell what's AI generated because the vocals don't come through right. The voice doesn't quite get everything right. The voice does stupid shit that you can pick up on in the conversation. That's not going to be that way forever. It's going to get better and better, and it's going to come to the point to where you literally cannot tell the difference. They even make mistakes. Like I'll hear AI vocalist in AI generated music popping the mic whenever they say P, right? And stuff like that. All the little stuff that you expect to hear, like when breaths are taken, or on a guitar whenever you drag your finger on the strings and it makes that draggy sound. That stuff, all those little mistakes and little pieces of things that are characteristics of humans doing something imperfectly. The AI does those too, randomly. It's getting really, really, really good. And it's going to become to the point to where you can't tell the difference. What happens then? How do you stand whenever you don't know what you're standing on? How do you stand against something when you can't tell what you're standing against? And guys, this is not in the future. This is today and tomorrow and next week, right? This isn't 10 years from now. This is this year. It's absolutely coming like a storm. And yeah, it's bad. So good, bad, whatever. We're going to talk about it. Let's see what's going on back in the chat. So, the guy Kai, been checking it out. I have a question. All right, so that guy Kai said, I had a question. When your audio went out, but you happen to use the electrical amp. Yes, I still use that. It's working perfectly, and I don't have any issues with it. I've never had one single issue with that electrical 300 amp alternator. Still running in my Tahoe. Other tons of AI stuff, and can edit in Audacity if needed. Yep. What do I use? I use UDO and ChatGPT. Just depends on what I'm trying to do. There's multiple things. There's a whole lot more. I like the familiar stuff, so that's what I use. I've gotten used to using Udio and Chat GPT for random things. Sampling, yeah, exactly. It's been done. Bass Fanatic, holy crap. Bass Fanatic, what's up, my friend? Bass Fanatic dropping the $20 super chat. I love her bass face. Bass Fanatic dropped a $20 super chat. What did you say? Let me pull this back up here. He said, as you know, I had the Big Jeff 22 amp hour. Yes, lithium battery. Absolutely. Saw your video. Yeah, we can talk about that. But I see you have a question. Thanks for the discount code. Well, I don't understand how the 22 amp hour lithium will outperform the 70 amp hour AGM. I do get the difference in recharge and discharge rates. Yeah, you do get the difference. If you do get the difference, then that question will answer itself. I think you're missing the point. So let me cover something I don't think you probably do get. You understand the discharge rate. The discharge rates are actually on a good AGM, not too terribly far off of what a lithium will do. They're similar, but the big difference is how much power AGM and lithium can take in. AGM can only take in about 0.3 C, 0.3 to 0.5 C. When the C is the amp hours the battery can hold, period. Whereas the lithium can take in many times its C rating, like 10 C, 15 C, shit like that. So in other words, a lithium can be a 22 amp hour lithium and can take in 15 times its amp hours on a constant rate, like 300 C, 400 C, which means that it can take in as much power as it's putting out, which is what keeps your voltage stable. If you're only able to take in 30 or 50 amps at a time, constant, and you're taking out 500 or 600 amps, you're going to quickly come to a point to where the battery just depletes and your voltage is going to fall because you can't recharge as fast as you can discharge it. That's the AGM's problem. This is why people run many AGM batteries, is they can recharge the bank the amount that they're taking out of it as quickly as it's coming out. So one battery may be able to produce 1,000 amps, but you can't put that much power in it. In order to put 1,000 amps into AGM, you would need like 15 batteries, 15 or more batteries. And so then you can take 1,000 amps out and also put 1,000 amps in at the same time. Even though you've got a ridiculous amount of storage, you still got to have room to put it back in. That's the biggest problem. And then the internal resistance also affects how easy it is to put power into and take power out of. I have a camera issue up there. Today is just one of those days. Maybe if I lean way back here, I can't even see what's going on. The camera looks like my vision after I've been awake all night. There we go. How about that shit? So the reason that's the difference. Ultimately, those two things are the difference. The ability to take in a lot of power quickly and constantly, and so it can maintain match what's coming out, and still have a decent amount of storage. See, capacitors can do that also, but they don't have any storage. So whenever you use capacitors, you have to couple those with something that has storage, and it creates a complex trade of complex trait of energy, because you can put power in a capacitor and it can feed it into a battery, or the battery can feed back into the capacitor. But again, even when you're doing that, if you're working with AGMs, you're working with a slower chemical process. The lithium ion and the different lithium chemistries are much, much faster at turning energy into chemical and turning chemical back into energy again than lead acid cells are. So there's lots of different things, but ultimately it's the ability to take in as much power as you're putting out. And AGM simply cannot do that if you're putting out, more than 30 or 40 amps. For a car, it's totally fine, because that's about how much power they take in and put out, right? If you notice on some of the heavy duty trucks, they have 2 batteries. Why? Because that truck has got enough accessories that it's actually able to pull more power out of that AGM battery than it can put back in a single AGM battery. So it has to run 2 to be able to carry all the loads and keep and replace that energy back into the storage for that truck. It needs more hole to put the power in. It isn't needing more power out. It needs more power to go back in. That's why they run 2 batteries. Same thing with big trucks. They only need 1 battery to start them. 1 battery will start a big truck. But you need 4 to handle the charging, putting power back in, the constant load that you're cycling through the system, taking that power out and working with it. It needs 4 batteries to be able to keep charging it back up. It's not about how much power you need out of the batteries. It's how much you need to put back in. That's the truth for all of it, man. I know right now there's a handful of you guys going, mind blown. Never thought about that. Welcome to the club, my friend. I'm learning every day. Zach said there's an AI band right now that is used on Spotify. Yeah. Yep. There absolutely is. There's more than one. There's one that you know about. There's more than one. There's so much good music. Jason said there's good music out there that I have not heard. I don't feel the need to create my own with AI assistance. It all depends on what you're trying to do, man. Not everybody wants to create music. Some people just want to enjoy it. Some people don't want to even do that. I'm a creative type. I like to try to figure things out and make cool new stuff. Even so, if I'm playing a keyboard and I'm using the synthesizer to reproduce the sound of a piano, and I have it on repeats and all that stuff, am I not playing that music? Am I not creating? If I hit a switch to say, do this over and over again, and I hit the thing and make it do that, is that not me doing that? Did I not create that? Or does the composer, or does the conductor of an orchestra waving a stick around, is he not composing? Is he not creating that music? He's not playing the instruments. He simply tells them what to play and what rhythm to play it in. How is that any different? Where's the line at? I don't know. Jason said you can actually use all of that 70 amp hour AGM. Very limited voltage range. Lithium has, that's the other thing too. The lithium has much more usable storage. So where you can only drain an AGM down to about 70% and you risk damaging the battery, you could drain lithium down to like 20% or even all the way down and pull it back up. Lithium cells are just far more robust, and they have far more usable gas tank as well. And that's not really part of what we're talking about in car audio so much, not really important, but it is a big difference. Storms here, lost power for a bit, but I'm back. Welcome back, Zach. Can't really compare AGM to lithium unless using the same power units. Yeah. Agree. Travis, what's up, Travis? Travis said, "What's up, man?" What's up, Travis? Personal best at Base Wars. Audio Connections. What's up? That's my personal best at Bass Wars. It's freaking 154.8 at 35 hertz and clamp 10,400 watts. Whoo, son. That's some serious wattage. The Bass Fanatic explains a lot. Thanks for the clarification, Jason and Car Audio Enthusiasts. Bass on, gents. Bass on, you too, man. Oh, okay, Michaelmas. Excuse me, sir, your creation violates union law. Cease all non-creation and non-unique content. For real. Wow, Audio Connections. That's a whole lot of awesome. That's what I said. So what all is AI? What all, let me rephrase that. I love to phrase these things properly. So what all is easily accessible and easily usable AI good at right now? Well, since it's growing extremely fast, as of right at this moment, like 9:35 p.m. Central U.S. time on 7/15/2025, because in 2 minutes it will change. Some of the things I've used it for is creating random thumbnails and images for different things. If I need an image of something that I don't have, I could pull up Photoshop and start hand drawing stuff. Or I could ask AI to create something. It's getting really good at that. You can generally get what you're looking for using GPT to draw something out for you and give you to visualize what you got in your head. You know, if you're trying to figure out, like maybe I wanted a logo. So it's hard for me to do images here. But coming up with images for, let me go back here. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Just as you know, I really suck at this. Inspiration? No. Okay, sure. Why not? You know what? It's a little different direction, but I think this is an honest way to go. So let me show you something that AI can do. Hang tight here for a second. This is something that is in Google, or in YouTube. Wait, do I want to do it that way? Hide camera, but keep audio. Hide camera, keep audio. Okay. Replace, screen share. Yeah. So that did not work. Well, I'm so bad at this. So bad at this. We'll do it this. Uh-oh. Connected. It's doing all the stuff, and I'm still screwing it up. Y'all, yeah. AI is horrid at fingers. Yeah, it is. It's like having a 15-year-old that actually listens to you. You know what? You're not. No, I think 15's a little bit gracious. I'd say maybe an artistically gifted 10-year-old. Yeah, a 10-year-old with a knack for drawing. That would be a more accurate representation. Well, we have created an infinite loop now. See, now this is what happens whenever you go back in past and you kill your grandfather. This is the shit you do right here. You do this. I have killed it. Hold on. You go back and fast and kill your grandpa. This is what happens. Um, let's do that. See if that works. Is it going to work this time? No, it is not going to work this time. Maybe if I give up, man. I straight up, I'm just not having any luck with this whole operation. But why is this not working? Okay, hold on, damn it. I refuse to freaking accept defeat. I'm just not gonna see. There's not even anything here. It's not even showing anything. There should be a thing around here. There's no thing right there. Ain't that some shit? I blame Michael. See, I don't even have these little stupid controls that I'm supposed to have. They're not like ah. You know what? I don't. I blame this stupid software. I think the software is on freaking crack. Delete simulation. Good luck with that, man. There is no inside the box. It is only a myth. For real. Anyway, if I could ever get it to work, and the studio, the YouTube studio thing, there's actually an AI tool in here which I've tried to use, but it's not good yet. And actually, it really is good. I'm saying it's not good because it doesn't do exactly what my brain is doing. And so, therefore, my measuring stick is this thing. And as flawed as this is what I compare all the other artificial intellect to. And that's probably not the right thing to do. That's just a natural thing to do. If it's not as smart as me, then it's stupid. Or if it's not as smart as I think I am, then it's stupid. Um, yeah, AI is probably. Oh yeah, this thing. Why is it even still sharing? There's nothing to share. It won't let me share nothing. It's broken. Das is kaputt. Kaputt. Stupid technology. You know what happened whenever Hitler told people to do something, and he gave them a window to do it in, and he would say, I want jet planes in 1 month. For every day over that month, one of your family members dies. People got really, really inspired to build jet planes. It's just the way it works. Why does it keep doing that? Why does it keep turning that off? God, you know what? I think I'm going to do like Andy and switch to going to go to a different freaking streaming software because it's not the program's fault, guys. It's not the program's fault. It's my ability to control the shit. It's my ability to use the tools is just broken. And I'm foul. I'm faulty. I'm a faulty. I need to take myself in for repairs. I did that already. I did that. I am a hybrid. What do you call that? Yeah, I'm one of those. I'm one of those. I'm a cyborg. As complete, oh my God. And I'm monitoring my audio, but I'm monitoring it through the mic. So the mic picks up regardless of whether it's going through Restream. I'm picking it up. I'm hearing the audio back. But it's hardware. It's connected to hardware. So my headset's connected to. Hello, everybody. Yes, this is the worst live show ever in the history of live shows. Okay, fuck it. We're going to answer questions. I don't give up, but I give up trying to do anything creative because I need to hold on a minute. This bottle is like about 12 years old. It's been sitting in my window. You know what? One moment. All right. Let's see what's going on here. Audio Connection says, I've been working super hard to get my car audio channel monetized. Do you have any tips or tricks could possibly help? Any advice would be greatly appreciated. I've used Google advertisement to boost my subscriber level. His subscribers that you're struggling with. I'm not going to show you right now because every time I try to switch over, I end up screwing the audio up. But go to your channel and click on over on the left-hand side, the other left. Click on the left-hand side. Click on content. And then go up to the top of the page. Go back and follow this direction later. And on that content page, go all the way to the right and click on promotions. And when you get done there, click over to the very far right to new promotion. Click on that and then go down there and select one of your videos. Click that, select the amount of money you want to spend, how long the ad should run. Just leave it on the generic one, select about 30 or 40 bucks. And then hit the start thing, and it'll take it an hour or two to half a day. It'll start running a promotion, which will get you some more subscribers. That video will get a whole bunch more views, and you'll pick up subs that way. It'll at least allow you to get high enough up to get monetized. That's how you do it. Either that, or you can spend the next year banging away at videos and slowly work your way up to it. That's how I got to my initial amount to monetize my channel. The other, that's it. I mean, that's the easy way. So that's a tip and a trick. The only other stuff I can recommend, if you don't want to do that, is putting your stuff out there on social media, listing, Facebook, putting up TikTok videos that have links back to your YouTube channel. Go to different Facebook groups that are associated with the content you make and leave links there to different videos. Saturating the market with your own personal ads in this way will help pull people into your channel as well. When you get a few people, give them as much quality content as you can, and you'll slowly build an audience. If you want to help and get that number up high enough just to get to the monetization point, I showed you that trick. That costs you about $20, and you can get over 1,000 subscribers pretty quickly. And I have not. Frank Hoquaid said, "You sir need Siri. You need Siri or Alexa, and you can tell the computer what to do." I have them. Son, I hope I'm past the audio issue. I'm going back to catch up on comments. I'll catch everyone later. I have a great night. I think storms are getting worse. Lost. And again, sound and video. Thanks for all the info. Yeah, hopefully this is old news. I still want to catch you guys' comments. So, no, Jason, so show 151. Okay, let me go on down here. Hits hard on rebase music, but sounds bad on normal music. Probably SBL sub. Okay. The audio issue is due to the limit on the metric he uses to measure AI. You're right. You might not be far off, man. Cornette said the audio issue is due to the limit of the metric he uses to measure AI capability. Mike was 150, 151, 152. Yeah, I can do almost 153 in the Tahoe. Audio was working. Not now working. Still not. Yeah, I know. I guys, I don't know. I need someone to help manage this shit, because my brain doesn't always do the right thing. And if we're honest, I didn't set the show up properly today. I didn't have everything ready to go. It was kind of a seat of the pants show. I wasn't it's not a planned. This isn't a planned show. This is a Tuesday. This is one of Andy's days, and he just got back from Disney World. Kicker and him both took the night off, so I just kind of threw this together at the last moment, and not everything was set up. So when that happens, I'm digging through things, trying to make things work, and I'm not as good at solving. Wow, I'm not as good at solving problems on the fly as I used to be, especially with stuff that I'm not tremendously familiar with. Whew, that hurt almost coming out of there. Let's see what else we got going on here. Steve Smith said, "What up, CAE? Mic check 1 2 1 2." Right? Got my 2 5Ks. Hell yeah, man. Damn it, man. Yeah, no doubt. Hey, you know what? No, that was to kill you. That was different. Stu's Custom Shop and T-minus 12 till he's in his underwear swinging from the ceiling, man. That's the first taste of anything like that I've had in at least 10 years. I just don't partake, but I feel better right now. My stress level was building. Steve Smith, I got my 2 Shock 5Ks on deck, 2 18-inch Smackdowns on the way. Hell yeah. Used your code for the subs. Now I need to find somebody that can do a box at a reasonable price. We just talked about this. We just talked about it. Everybody, y'all tell him we just talked about it. Stevie, my boy. I'm getting messages. We just talked about it. Bay Harbor Butcher Audio. Somebody put the link up there in the comments for me. Bay Harbor Butcher Audio. Head over there and talk to my boy over there, the mad scientist. He'll square you away. Let's see here. Johan Showman. Subrato 3,000 RPMs. Dual 2 4-inch 4-layer voice coil. That's a big ass voice coil. That's a hell of a voice coil. I got 2 T1500 numbers and letters on 2 15-inch kicker QL7s on a 320 amp alternator with an extra battery in the trunk. Well, the batteries I got support that battery. Support that one. Well, the batteries I got support that one battery, AGM. One battery is an AGM. The other one is a Walmart battery. $1,500 watts. Okay. 320 amp alternator, and you're running a 1,500 watt amplifier. Hold on a minute. Kicker L7. You got 2 T1500s on 2. So you're 3,000. No, it will not. You're looking at you're looking at 2 1,500 watt amplifiers. That's 3,000 watts or 300 amps on a constant tone at max power. So you can cut that in half to about 150 amps. Musical power, which is what you'll be actually pulling, is about 150 amps. 2 good, healthy, strong AGMs can support about 100 amps. And you're running 2 maybes. So to support that system, barely, you would need 3 strong, high-end AGM batteries, or 1 Trunk Thunder Lithium 5K, or 1 Big Jeff Lithium battery. Big Jeff Lithium battery is half of a 5K in its the amount of stuff that it has. The physical battery is half of a 5K. And the 5K is half of the 10K, with internal lithium 10K, both of which are not necessarily attainable right at this moment. But we're working on that. At the moment, you can order the Big Jeff battery, Big Jeff lithium battery. It will handle it'll handle the amount of power you're pulling. So order one of those guys. That's what you need. That'll solve your problems. Get rid of anything that you got that's questionable. Just kick it out. That one Big Jeff battery will probably run your whole system and your car and everything. I'd recommend 2 of them to run the whole system and the car, but put one alongside your AGMs, you'll be fine. But yeah, that battery is not good. Like old Quaid said, you're good. I say you're not. This Pioneer was normally around 260, but I got it for 70. Good deal, but it wasn't worth it. I don't know what the thing is. I must have missed it. But I will say this, even if you get a big, huge pile of crap for 1/10 of the normal price, it could still be a waste of money. A pile of crap is a pile of crap. I don't know what it was you're referencing. Doesn't matter. No matter how good the deal is, if what you're buying is worthless, then it's wasted money. Just saying. I don't know anything about what you're buying. No, I didn't catch it. Bobby B. Mikey has been working for about 5 minutes now. Hey, I'm not going to mess with anything. I'm just going to continue on answering questions. So what do you think about Tesla's Tesla car base? Don't know. Haven't heard it. Haven't been in a Tesla. Johan, and I'm doing 151 with only 112. That's strong, my friend. I would have to guess that you're probably doing that in the kick, and you're probably doing it on a note, like a single note. And it's probably a pretty narrow band on that setup. I've seen shit do over 150, up in the mid 50s even, but the box played one note. That's it. It wouldn't play anything above or below that. Strictly built for that purpose. No music, nothing, I'm not saying that's what you did, but I'm assuming that's kind of the direction that you went to get that high of a number off a single 12. Jason said, Germany, I believe the resting voltages are different. Yeah, I know. I was dealing with some of the European cars seem to have a higher charging level in certain situations. And if your car's charging system ever stays over 12 or over 14.8 for any length of time, then you'd be real careful about what lithium you put in there, because it doesn't like to be charged over 14.8. The LiPo4 stuff, 14.8 is about as far as you want to go. Charging it over that for any length of time at all can be very damaging. Stu's Custom Shop. Yeah, I just need a little stress relief. Be it a shot or an 18 breaker bar tossed across the shop. Yeah. I was about ready to throw my freaking microphone against the wall over there. Jason said Walmart does sell AGM, but I assume you meant a wet lead acid. So yeah, I'm assuming, I don't even know what he meant, but it was probably not a high-end battery. So it's going to be the lesser of the beast in that class. Jason, what is Tesla car base? Yeah, good question. Do we have an ETA on the trunk under lithium batteries by chance? Let's see if anybody's responded. There's Bobby's message. No, he hasn't responded. I asked him yesterday, and yeah, he hadn't responded. He doesn't see my messages all the time. I poke him sometimes to get his attention. I know, but no, not yet. And I'm on it as hard as I can be, guys. we're waiting on a third party, and that's the problem. So patience. But I'll assure you that Brandon is as anxious about it as everybody else. He wants to get this stuff. He's been pestering the crap out of him, trying to get the ship processed so he can get it picked up and start filling orders. So that's all I can tell you. We're just waiting on a third party. And you know how government agencies can be when it comes to this kind of stuff. This is what we're dealing with. See, airbrushing a turd. Yeah, no doubt. Good on sound. Thank you, Franco. Like I said, whoa. Isn't 14.8 close to the same as flooded cell? Yeah, 14.8 is about the max for flooded lead acid. It's also the max for AGM, and it's about the max for LiPo4 lithium banks. For lithium banks that are set up to be a 12-volt bank. They rest at 13.1 to 13.2, whereas AGM and flooded lead acid rest at about 12.6 to 12.75, somewhere in that range. They're very close. They're close enough to work together as long as you're driving the thing on a regular basis. And they can be charged by the same source. They can both be charged by the same alternator without any variance. Oh, that reminds me. I'm going to do a video on the best inexpensive, maintenance-free, hands-free, automatic chargers for lithium. I've got a couple that I'm going to have to get to test them myself. I got one cheap one that I've been using, and it's been working fine, but it does not have a floatability. It will charge the battery until it's full, and then it will turn itself off until you do something to it to make it restart the process. I want to get one. I've got two that I'm going to be picking up. They're by NOCO. I can actually tell you guys what I'm looking at for the best automatic charger for LiPo4 and AGM. So far, all the information that I'm getting leads to the NOCO 1 and the NOCO 5. The NOCO 5's float voltage is closer to 13.2, and the NOCO 1's float voltage is closer to 13.1. Both of those two are really, really good. And in the NOCO 1 is around $30. The 5, I think, is a little bit more than that, but the 1 and the 5 denotes how much amperage it's capable of charging at maximum. So if you're just wanting one to float and to maintain a bank, that NOCO 1, I believe, is going to be it. And I'm going to do a video on that. The battery tender does a similar thing, but it's a lot more expensive. So we're trying to find budget stuff that does the job without having to sit and watch the batteries and keep an eye on them. It just does it in the background. So far, I'm very pleased with the NOCO, everything I've seen on it. Audio connections. Personally runs C-Max. Yeah, see, that's a different voltage entirely. They need to be charging up. I don't know. It's up around 16 volts. C-Max lithium array, 15.8 volts. I know that chemistry can be quite scary, but never had any issues in that. I love the extra power. Sure, higher voltage means less amperage to get the same watts. So, I mean, higher voltage is always good. The only thing you run into limitation-wise when you're dealing with higher voltages is that you've got, on one hand, you've got a car that runs on 12 volts, and then you've got a stereo system that's running on 16 volts. There's, some cars can take running at those higher voltages. Some cannot. And so there's all kinds of systems. You can also split the charging system up into two different charging systems. You could have a 16 volt setup that runs your stereo, and then have a DC to DC charge converter charging a 12 volt battery to run the rest of the car off of that converter. You could do all kinds of crazy shit. And so I understand all these things. The deciding factor, though, is how much you need to invest, how much you want to invest time wise, how much you want to change, how much you want to alter, how comfortable you are at these creative solutions. How much of this you want to try to apply. So, and then there's CMAX. CMAX is sketchy shit. It's the most power dense storage medium you can put in a car right now. It's also one of the most budget friendly storage mediums you can put in a car right now. But it's sketch. It requires a set amount of compression, not too much, not too little. And if it doesn't receive that, it can do very scary things like big, huge walls of fire. So I'm not a fan of CMAX. I understand how good it is, but it has the sketchy factor keeps me dodging it. I don't like headway cells for the same reason. But again, this is personal. And I'm telling you my opinion and why I have that opinion. Stu said, I got a no-code charger that has a lithium setting. Exactly. Yeah. Is it the 1, 5, or the 8? There's at least 3 of them out there. The only difference is the amount of amperage. No-code chargers can also are capable of charging a battery that's completely and totally dead. So most battery chargers won't do that. They won't pick up a battery that's totally dead and start charging it. You can force the no-code to output power and to start charging a battery that is completely dead. It's another little thing it can do. Cool charger. At least the 3. I don't know about the 1. I don't know if I think the 1 can do it too. Yeah, I think the 1 can do it too. Johan Schumann. Oh, thanks for the free channel membership. Yeah, man, Michaelis is on fire. He's on fire. Everybody's on the green team tonight, baby. I think he got pretty much everybody tonight. Holy crap. I got a 10 amp no-code charger. Yeah. See, Franco Quaid agrees with me. Said I got a 10 amp no-code charger. They're good chargers, yeah. Like I said, I've been researching them. I don't have one personally yet, but I've got several fingers out there in different areas, and I've been pulling stuff in, and I've also been doing my own research into their abilities. I think they're going to be a good choice. Frank Uri. Stew. Stew. What is that from? Oh, yeah, it was from Family Guy. Stew. Frank, sir, yeah. I go to. I have a C-Tech as well. The NOCO is a better charger for much less money. Yeah. Frank the Tank. Let's see here. Audio Connection says, yeah, my car audio freaks out anything above 16 volts, but around 15.5 to 15.8 holds up pretty well. Yeah. So this is just what we're looking at, man. It's what we're looking at. Michaelis says, what's the minimum voltage to be considered completely dead? 0. Less than 1 volt. There's more chargers out there that can start a charge at anything above 1 volt. So anything less than 1 volt is completely dead. For most people, though, anything that's, a couple of volts is completely dead. But the no-code charger can literally start charging at 0.000 volts. It doesn't have to have a battery hooked up. You can force it to output power without a battery, essentially. And if you guys want to know a trick to get past that problem on chargers, if you got a good charger and your batteries drop down stupid low voltage and it won't come on, get you a 9-volt battery, two little terminals on it. Connect your one lead, the leads to that sucker, and then start the charge, and then take the 9-volt battery out, and it'll continue charging. You can use it to trick the system. You'll figure that out. Johan said running CBS Bats 12 volt ice power amplifier. Not familiar. Targa audio wires. I'm familiar with Targa. 4 layers of 2.3 sound editor matte poly plywood box. Yeah. Okay. Sounds cool. Stu said it's the Noco Genius 5. Yeah. So I think there's a 1, 5, and a 10. Anyway, but the 1, 5, and 10 just denotes the maximum charging amps of that particular system. I think all the rest of the functions are the same. So I would recommend getting a 5 or higher, unless you know that the thing is never going to do anything but run as a maintainer. If you're wanting it to actually be able to help and recover in situations like where your battery's died overnight for some reason and your vehicle won't start and you need to actually charge it to where it'll start, a 5 amp charger will get it there in 20, 30 minutes or so. A 1 amp charger, it's going to take several hours to get to where you can just kick it over. So that's why I said 5 amp is kind of the smallest I would go with. But, oh, looky there. Hold on a minute. Stu Brew. There's my baby. She popped in and she said, hello, baby. That's Bass Mama. That's Bass Wife. Bass Wife. Y'all can't call her Mama. Bass Wife. Let's see. Dubby's in the house. Yeah, Dubby's in the house. Good day, lads. Jason said, I think Johan is in South Africa, so it's brands we're not familiar with. Yeah, that's a very good possibility. We have, I have people from all over the world. We don't all have the same equipment. And so if you have questions about something, it's usually best, and this goes for everybody, U.S. wise, stateside or not. If you have questions about a system, ultimately what I need to know is how many watts, how many amps, how many volts, things like that. I don't need to know necessarily the name, brand, the model, all that stuff. I just need to know how many watts the thing is supposed to output at home loads, things like that. I need the numbers. That's the most important stuff. So, yeah. You guys are awesome. Hang on a minute. Renee! She's just going to pop in and then she's going to freaking leave. I'm going to kick her ass. And now she's not going to answer me. So y'all hang on. We're doing stupid shit, I keep it real, man. Let's not be judging. Let's not be judging. Let me just send her a message. Come here. I'm going to send her a message. Since she had to chime in. She can't just chime in and then leave. That shit ain't going to work. Okay, she saw the message. Now, little hussy ass. Get in here. Yeah. There y'all go. Y'all tell her right now she's coming. Y'all tell her. She'll see it. Come on in here.
I'm scared.
What?
I said I'm scared.
Yeah. You said you spoke up and they all said hi.
Hi.
And get on down here. Show your freaking face.
I don't want to. It's scary.
That's scary. What's up, baby? Mikey's in here tonight. He's in here somewhere.
Mikey. He doesn't like to be called
there
Mikey.
He is right here. Mikey did it.
Mikemas. What's up?
Mikey will eat it. Mikey eats anything.
Charlie, that hurt.
Charlie.
Okay,
Yeah, they said hello, Bass Wife. They said hi.
Hi.
I got stressed out earlier.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. Anyway.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye, y'all.
You can't just say hi and then run out. You got to stick around and let people acknowledge your existence. You got to speak up a little bit.
I spoke up when I said hello, baby.
Yeah, that's not enough. You gotta stick around.
Yeah, well.
Mike said, "Yo, how's it hanging?" She's gone, man. Sorry. You can pick on her later. Whenever you come down, when you come to Springfield, you can pick on her. She loves it. She needs to be picked on. Let's see here. What have I missed? Happy bass wife, happy bass life. All right. We should have a chat one night about sound treatment. So here I've decided I want to sit down and really learn it. Well, I could do a whole show on sound treatment. And so if you take all the stuff that there is to know about sound treatment, I can't even show you in the camera, but you take all the stuff I know about sound treatment and then all the stuff most people know about sound treatment. I could do a show. I could do multiple shows on just what I know about sound treatment. And it goes much, much, much deeper. But yeah, I could do a show. I'll do one. You know what? Bet. But Friday, should we do it at Friday? We should do it on Friday. You know what? We're going to do it. We're going to talk about sound treatment on Friday. You guys show up for the Friday show at 9 p.m. Central. Remind me if I forget. And we will definitely do an in-depth discussion on sound treatment and the science behind it and what all you need to do. Is a lot to it. It's a lot more to it than what you already know. And you may already know more than the average bear, but there's a whole lot more. There's a whole lot more to it than what I know. And I'm still learning. I find, guys, I'm going to tell you, what's interesting about car audio is it got me deeper into learning about acoustics in general. And if you're interested in taking car audio to a higher level, I guarantee you that we've got people in chat right now that are far, far higher up the rung than I am. But if you're wanting to learn about higher level stuff, learning about acoustics, getting yourself the Loudspeaker Cookbook, it's a good show, a good place. PS Audio, going over to their YouTube channel and just binge watching some of the most brilliant minds in sound engineering, and we still have alive right now. PS Audio, yeah. Learn about all aspects of music and music reproduction, sound, how concerts work, how sound engineers set up stages, how they engineer the sound to stay in a certain area and not escape radically into other areas for outdoor events. There's so much really, really useful information to be picked up from anything to do with audio. Anything. Because it all has roots that connect together, and you can really get deep in the woods, go in that direction. Absorb, submerge yourself in the intellect and the accumulated information that's available for all types of audio engineering. Consume as much of that as you can, and you'll start to see these different paths all intersect at one point, and you'll gain a deeper understanding of car audio while you're learning about all these other things. There's just the information is so extremely out there. Audio has been going on much, much, much longer than video has. I mean, people have been acoustically engineering spaces to amplify sound in a certain direction since like the first time someone stood up on a rock and told someone a story. We don't even have to have electricity to make this happen. You know, you think about the amphitheaters and stuff where a person can be standing on a stage 100 yards away and whisper, and a person in the very back of the audience can hear that whisper. That's acoustic engineering. It's the same principles that we use to make shit loud in an SPL car. Lots to be learned, guys. And this all applies. Sound dampening, sound treatments and stuff like that is literally the reversals of a lot of those things. See, it's so simple when you start wrapping your head around the basic concept, everything starts to snap into place. You'll just start understanding it innately. You'll even get to where you understand it innately so well that you don't understand why someone else is standing there looking at you like you're crazy. They don't have those dots connected in their head. They haven't ever made those connections. So I know, man, I'm just going on and on and on. Sorry about the rant there. I guess that's what that was. Did I lose track? I lost track of everything. I lost track of all of it. Let's see, Franco. Oh, y'all have said a lot. Johan, see here, busted. Yeah, right. No, I didn't get busted. Don't get the link. I didn't get the link, but I found him on Facebook. Good. There will be a link in the information below this live once I get off here. I don't think I have it put in the default links yet, but I'll fix it, and I'll try to fix it in all the future videos as well. Friday works for me. Good deal. Franco Quade's heading out. Peace out, Franco Quade. Bass wives are awesome, man. My wife actually competes in bass wars with our team. Mine shows up. She has more fun with it than she ever thought she would. I'll put it that way. She has 3 audio pipe BDC4s, quad stack 10s. I had those. I had the 12s, though. I had 4 12s. Really impressed with those subwoofers. They are a whole lot of subwoofer for the money. On a Taramp Smart Bass 3K, awesome. Absolutely awesome. She got second place in Bass Wars Bandit class. Hell yeah, man. Congrats. Later, Franco. Gotcha. Jason, what's Jason talking about? Sound treatment covers a lot of different things, for real. Fixing squeaks and rattles, driving, flexing tires, wind noises, fixing panels and rest. Yep. Yeah, you didn't even scratch the surface, but yeah, he's right. There's a whole lot of stuff. That's why I said it's a whole show. I'm watching some stuff from Dave Ratt. He's serious in the concert planning, acoustics, etc. Good choice, man. Yeah, good stuff. All right, guys. Well, we have been going at this for an hour and 46 minutes minus the audio issues, and I need a break. So for now, let's get the duck out of here.
Are getting loud, you can feel the booming sound. Getting ready to go. Got it shined up for the show. Hours charging, amps are amping, gonna let the woofers blow. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one bites the dust. We got more at home. Another one bites the dust. Eyes are glowing and the amps smoking. Subs are cherry red. Let me keep jamming, gotta keep the bass fan, gonna go hard till they're dead. Full power, gotta let it go. 20 hertz in the floating hair. Sparks are flying, voice cords are frying, and the smoke is in the air. Another one bites the dust. Another one bites the dust. And another one goes, and another one goes, and another one bites the dust. Hey, we got more at home. Another one bites the dust.